Mr. Betacam video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're looking at a Sony J30SDI Betacam player. So this is a player-only machine. It's compact, and even though it does look like quite a brute of a machine, it is a heck of a lot smaller than the recorders. And what's really good about this machine is the ability to play various different vintages or types of Betacam formats, which we'll run through as the video goes on. So bought this on eBay. Actually got it for a relatively good price. They aren't cheap. I mean, considering they were 10 grand when they were new, the current value of them is relatively very low. But still, you know, they're sort of fetching upward of £600 in the UK on eBay, and indeed you can see them for sort of like 1,500 quid in good condition. Now this machine, I've been after one of these, I don't know, probably 2-3 years, and the cost has always been prohibitive, but I have actually managed to get this one. I did pay a lot for it, but I was quite lucky insofar as the machine itself is very, very genuine. It's one owner from new. It's relatively low hours, and it looked really, really tidy on the listing. The only downside to it is it got damaged in transit. It was not that well packed at all. These things are solid, but at the end of the day, they've got plastic on the front, and you can see the cracks. Basically, what's happened is the box, or the machine slid in the box. It's pressed the jog shuttle wheel hard, and it's basically broken at the front here. So I was going to make this a demo video, just purely a demo video, just for the fun of it. I've hardly ever used any of these machines, so I was really excited to try. I've got a load of tapes, try it out, fantastic. And then of course that happened. So we're going to have to investigate that first, and then hopefully we'll be able to use it. So let's crack on. So I have actually already taken the screws out, so let's just remove the top cover. And first of all, let's just have a look at the beauty of this machine. It's so clean. It's really, really nice, and that's what drew me to it, to be honest. Interesting that the actual top of the head disc has plastic on it, plastic cover, which is very interesting. But see a pinch roller there. Doesn't seem to be an awful lot of run on that, but in very good condition. And the whole deck is clean. I mean, it's amazing how clean this is. So when I unpacked it, not only did it have the crack there, but there was a rattling sound. I thought, oh no, it's broken. But it actually turns out to be the screw. I have no idea where this has come from. And to be fair, if the front panel isn't damaged beyond just the plastics, I'm going to try it. I may well regret it, but I just don't know where that screw's come from. I very much doubt it's come from a tape, because, well, they have decent screws in them. But it must be somewhere from this deck. But yeah, we'll see. So let's take the front panel off, and these things are amazing how they're built. So they have these the front panels, for example, they have these screws, and you won't be able to see the top one, but you don't have to take them out. You leave them in, And I'll just put this back down. These are metal. There's no plastic on these, so we should just be able to pull that off. Yes, there we go. And the front flap comes off the side lifting mechanism. You see there the ribbon cable, which I am just going to disconnect. Okay, so these just pull off. It's actually the first time I've pulled those off, so let's see what the actual damage is. Yeah, that's pretty cracked. I suppose it could be worse. It's cracked all up there as well. Okay, so some more screws down here. I've not actually taken one of these particular machines apart. I mean, yeah, I have some experience of working on pro Sony kit, but this is a whole different area. So different from the consumer kit, as you'd expect. Okay, so well, thankfully the board looks absolutely fine. I had to just check the physical mechanical side of these controls, and they're fine. It's actually quite fun to see all the different options on here, what the display can actually show. Buttons are good. Okay, so I guess this machine is so clean. There's minimal dust on there. We actually put out the button assembly. That's really cool. So this just lifts out with a little bit of jiggling about. It just lifts out the whole button assembly. Which is really cool. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, so it actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use some super glue on this, and we'll leave it overnight, or leave it to dry. Anyway, it shouldn't actually take that long, being super glue. This might go horribly wrong. A bit better. So, the glue is set, and put the board back in as well. So, let's put this back on. So, this will be the fiddly bit, just getting this in. Okay, so plugged in to the mains, so let's turn it on. And that's looking good. And what's actually really cool is we have status LEDs on the back panel there. So that's something to investigate. I'm really looking forward to that. So let's try tape. I suppose. Just see what happens. Like I say, there is a screw missing. No idea where that's come from. So now, have I got this right? Maybe not. So I haven't done up the screws at the bottom yet, so yeah, there we go. So I haven't got the flap on the right side of the flap opening mechanism, so that's not good. Okay. So, is that a light issue? Turn the light off. Alarm. Okay, so we've got an error code. So an E20 is the front loading system. Something is broken on the front loading system, apparently. What a shame. So I found out where the screws should go, the screw that was floating about in the machine, and it's really not where I expected it to have come from. This connector here has two screws. You can see the captive bolts there, either side, and basically it was that screw there. You can see that. So that really doesn't make any difference on the front loading issues that we're having, but what I didn't show was when I was taking the front loading mechanism off, the one connector, the one part of it, sorry, was really very trapped, and it was almost like it was caught on part of the mechanism. So I'm hoping that's all it is. That the one part of the front loading mechanism had actually just slipped past the metal assembly that it was supposed to lock into, but we'll see. I'm not holding my breath on that one, but I'm hoping if I put it back together properly, and I am doing it somewhat blind because trying to find a manual is near on impossible. I think this comes from a generation of machines that where Sony basically did everything online, and that's going to be quite a problem. I don't believe there are any printed versions of the manual, so that is not helpful to me. The build quality is just wonderful, and the way this machine is built, let's just go through on a bit of a flyby just how great this is. The quality is beyond, which you would expect, because this was about £10,000 when it was new. And remember, it's only a player. So you can see here the spools. These move out from the standard, if you like, Betamax size. So the small Betacam tapes, and these move out to accommodate the large Betacam tapes. So you can see here the difference. The spools fly out. And yeah, but it's down here I was having the problem. This actually, if I push this, this is actually the real adjusting. Well, it isn't, but this is driving the real size or tape size adjustment. Something very nice about that. So time to put the front loading mechanism back on, and the label here does state that before you install or remove this front loading system, the reel shift is positioned near the center, so that's for the smaller tapes, and the front lid is opened. So by front lid, that's the front flap. So here we go. The portion I think that was causing the problem is this mechanism here. It just seemed to be completely trapped and really not good. So let's give it a go. There was also a bit of bent, the metal was bent at the top here, which is not ideal. So I'm just going to try and install this completely as I would expect to install it in one of these machines. Well, that's it. That's gone in. It's not locked properly. So pressing this lever down on the left hand side, probably just about see me do that, but you can see the flap coming up, so you can see that is correct. But that is not lining up properly. So what I missed, this bit here. This needs to slide in. That's it. That has located, and everything is hunky-dory. I'm surprised. I need to get these screws back in. And then there's a connector. So there's a connector here for the actual front loading motor. Like so. So I suppose time to see if it works. Let's give it a second to boot, and then what do you reckon? Will it work? Well, that's not a good start, is it? this is actually in. I'm still getting the same thing. Yeah, 3115. Ah. $3118. Ooh, maybe we don't have a problem with the front loading system, but we have, although E20, E20 is a front loading system issue, but 3118. So after having a bit of a think about it, one thing that was bothering me was when the cassette goes down in the front loading system, the tape wasn't loading at all. And I thought, well, that could be because there's something wrong with the front loading system or the switches or sensors, whatever. Having taken it apart, everything looked fine. So I thought I'd take off the bottom panel again and I would just run the actual lacing motor, and this is actually, or was actually really stiff. It was absolutely solid, and I don't know why that should necessarily happen in transit, but sort of very gently running it back, it's freed it up. So yeah, that may well be all it is. So 3115 may well be just I cannot lace the tape. So let's put it back together and give it a try. Okay, it's powered on, so let's give it a go. So let's lift you up. Yay, fantastic. So that's actually doing what it's supposed to do. So it is supposed to lace, and you can see just how different it is to Betamax, and to an extent VHS as well. It's sort of, yeah, quite an interesting sort of wrap. So there we go. It is working. I am really chuffed. $19.92. Wow. So there we have it. It's working. So 3115 is basically unable to lace, and 3118 is unable to play the tape, I'm guessing. I don't know. I would love to get a manual for this. So yeah, you might be interested to see, possibly, to stop this, what happens if you put a Betamax tape in. So I've got this SKC Betamax cassette, and it's anything like any other Betacam. It will play it, but it won't actually do anything. But it's fun to try. So let's just watch it unlace. There we go. You see the spools are wide. So let's just push Betamax tape in. Now you can see it's playing way too fast. I mean, this is Betacam, so the tape speed is much higher. and obviously the heads are larger, so it's a much higher bandwidth capable. But of course, there's nothing there. So yeah, let's just eject that. And let's just try as well my blank tape. So no spools or anything. See what it makes of it. Nothing. Doesn't like that. So what it's doing is it's actually rotating the spools. This one this way, this one this way. It'll spit the tape back out because it detects that as a bad cassette. There is no tape, or the tape is broken, so it won't even attempt to lace it. So yeah, so we're there. I can't believe I managed to get this going, to be fair. I really feared it was going to be a lot worse than it actually was. Yeah, you can see there the error code for no tape. So E20-3115. So that's the error code if the cassette is actually broken. There's no tape. The only way to get around that is to power it off and back on. But I'm learning. I'm still learning on these machines. I've actually been checking my DVW A500P as well, which has well and truly been through the wars. It's actually got several error codes as well now, probably from being sat. But that'll be a future video. That'll be quite fun, because I think I can get that going now. Now I've got a bit more sort of an idea how these machines work. So, yeah, really chuffed. There we go. So we'll do a demo video on this as well, and just sort of running through the functions. I've got a remote control coming for it as well. There is actually an infrared remote control, very basic functions. I believe it's the J1 remote control, but one of those coming as well. But we'll run through how these actually work and all the fun things that you can do, including the Firewire side of it, and using this with Windows 10. But we'll see. I'm working on that, and lots of fun trying to get there as well. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I know it's a little bit different, but I hope you enjoyed this one. And it's just really nice to see a J30. These are the really go-to machine if you want to watch back Betacam tapes, because they are just so flexible with the different formats of Betacam they support, and the NTSC of course as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and see you in another video. Bye for now.